Hey guys, this is Soul Hunters for Heroic. This is the Zoomer version. Again, I would love everybody to watch the longer version. But just in case, we're going to go ahead and go over the Zoomer version of this stuff. So first thing that people need to be wary about is these blue or purple little orb things. As soon as they go off when he's done casting Devourer's Ire, they're going to go on people. You need to use these orbs, they're on top of your head, to soak up the poo poo in the room, which I'll talk about a little bit later. And the healers dispel. Whenever they dispel you, it jumps to another person. We're going to dispel at a certain amount of stacks, so that's all chill. But it is a 3 boss fight, and the way that this works is the Skull and the X boss are tank bosses, or like kind of tank threat guys, and Dustblade just kind of does his thing and moves around the room. So first thing we have to care about is Fracture. He's going to fracture 1 soul in normal, 2 souls in heroic, and 3 souls in mythic. I cannot soak these. People have to soak them, or the off tank has to soak them. The next thing that matters is I-beam. I-beam is a really big fucking I-beam, as you can see here, and does a lot of damage, does a knockback. We're gonna probably point that away from everybody, as you know. After they're done doing their 2 tank mechanics, what's going to happen is Bloodwrath is gonna do Blade Dance, dodge those lines. Dark Sorrow is gonna do Soul Bomb, which is just an AoE on the raid. Dustblaze is going to move away, and he is going to spawn poo poo around the room that we have to soak up. So you can see here, here's the Blade Dance, move off of it, Spirit Bomb just does a big dot, and the poo poo spawns, and that's what you have to use the shit on top of your head to make sure that you're soaking up. If not, you can see over here, it's a puddle that grows. Okay, the next thing that happens in this order is you'll be able to see here Bloodwrath. He is going to Vengeful Retreat and then cast the Hunt. Vengeful Retreat, cast the Hunt. The person that's targeted can move further back with this. They can increase the area in which we can soak the Hunt. Inside of Heroic and inside of Mythic, we care about this because people have circles around them. If you double stack a circle in Mythic, you're fucking dead. In Heroic, it didn't matter too much. You can just use a personal, but get in the habit of creating this line to be a little bit further. All right. So now that we saw that, the entire rest of this fight, outside of the intermissions, follows that exact order. Fracture on tank 1, I-beam on tank 2, followed by Blade Dance, just on like the raid or whatever, followed by Blade Dance, followed by Spirit Bomb, followed by Void Step, which he's moving. So there's the Blade Dance, Spirit Bomb, and then it is Vengeful Retreat by Bloodwrath, followed by the Hunt. That is it. So again, to go over it just one more time, Tank Mechanic 1, Fracture. Tank Mechanic 2, I-beam. Blade Dance, dodge lines, then followed by AoE on the entire raid by Soul Bomb, followed by Dark Sorrow moving. Then we have to pick up the poo-poo. And then the last piece that we have here is Bloodwrath will Vengeful Retreat and then Hunt. That's it. That's the entirety of the fight. And now we're going to go into intermission. Okay, intermission. The first intermission you get is our Void guy. Second intermission you get is our Blade Dance guy. And the third intermission that we get is the tank guy. The only thing that matters for Dark Sorrow, don't stand under the boss. Under the boss is banned. As you can see here, I have a debuff. It fucking hurts. And there's orbs that spawn. Soak them. These orbs that come through, make sure they don't hit the boss. You should be able to handle about 2-3 stacks and then let it drop. It's a 5-second debuff. Very easy. Gonna kind of let that play here so you guys can see what's going on. Very easy. And then rinse and repeat. Again, say it with me. Fracture, I-beam, Blade Dance, Spirit Bomb, Void Step, followed by Vengeful Retreat, followed by Hunt. If you understand that and you understand how the mechanics work, you'll be golden. All right, Intermission 2. Intermission 2 is our Blade Dance guy. Y'all remember Kaiveza? Same exact shit, except there's not a bunch of area denial around the room. The same thing we had with Kaiveza that we had to worry about. Move out. Don't hit people with your blaze lines. Small movement, etc., etc. Last thing that we have is Blood Wrath. So for Blood Wrath, or I'm sorry, whatever the hell her name is, Dark Sorrow. So what she's going to do is Dark Sorrow's going to go meta, and as a Vengeance Demon Hunter would do, she's going to leap around and do a frontal cone. You're going to see this here. She leaps around, she turns around, does Fell Dev, and she does a frontal cone. You get hit by this cone, it's a dot, and slows you. And she just keeps jumping around the room, right? She's going to do this. You're going to see it here. She jumps over to here. You can see where she's going to land. So that means from her, you're going to have a big cone. So like up here is safe, down here is safe, and then we just kill the boss. Make sure you kill the bosses as close to one another as possible. You have like a 10-second grace period or something like that. If you do not kill the bosses within a certain amount of time of one another, they will drop down in the middle and do their intermissions. So in this case here, we have Dustblaze and Bloodwrath. So we would have Nexus Princess Kaiveza lines on top of the orbs coming in through the middle to the middle of the room that we would have to do at once. So it's just basically watcher damage, but nothing impossible that we can't handle. All right. Thanks, Zoomers.